Today's video is going to be a really quick and simple foiling technique. So it's basically going to give you the impression of a full head of foils in 20 foils. That's right. So we're getting full coverage looking in only 20 foils. So the application is super simple. We work hairline, we work big sections through the parting, a little bit of backcomb just to diffuse that root area, because when we're working with minimal foil placement, what we get is we don't want to be creating hard lines or anything. We want completely sort of smoothness and blend. So what we're going to be doing is, like I said, around the face. That's where people, when they're having blonding services, they want to look blonde around the face. So we'll concentrate around there, around the hairline. When they put it up, it'll be seamless. But when it comes through the top, it's going to be a full head looking. And then we're going to work underneath to give that sort of exaggerated blonde, as if it's from sort of like the top of the head all the way through to the bottom underneath. So yeah, I know what you're thinking. How are you going to do that? Stick around and watch this video. So where we'll start is we will start around the sides. We'll start on a diagonal section. So I'll be showing you the application, the placement, all the way through from start to finish, so you can go replicate this on your clients and give your clients a really cool looking blonde in minimal time and minimal foils. What more do you want? So I've just started with a central section through just from the crown really through here. We're working on a level 8 mannequin, and you can do this on any level, to be honest. So yeah, we're working on a level 8 mannequin today. Going to be working placement through the sides, through the front, through the top, and through the underneath to give that look of a full head foils. And I don't know about you, but standing in the salon foiling all day, just loads and loads of foils, packing in. I know there is a time and a place for it, but if you can get away with something like this, it's going to give you a similar result with less time and effort. Why wouldn't you do that? Just work smarter, not harder. So we'll start on the sides. So I'm just going to split this as if it was like a hot cross bun section, so you can see just like the high point of the head, and that just comes to behind the ear, because what that just allow me to see is the ear, and that's one of the points of reference that I want to be working with. So with the sectioning, as you see, I've just taken that off there, so like from the high point of the ear, from the ear to just behind the ear. And again, we'll do it the same this side, so it's just taking that down. Let's just use this. The thing I love about these combs now, let's get that hair off. Come on, come on, come on, come on, go. No? There we go. Right. The thing I love about these combs now is we used to always section with this, and now they give us this really nice little, I mean, it's basically the same as that, but on there, drifts through the hair beautifully and just gives a nice clean section. And when we're foiling, we don't really need super clean sections when we're doing something like this, although they are. We just really want to section out the hair, because colour, we don't want colour to really sort of sit like bang, bang, bang. We want it to sit like really fluid. So that's like if we're working really hard lines into the hair, we don't really want to be working hard lines into colour. With cutting's different. But with colour, yes, we want to section precisely, but we don't want to be creating hard lines through our sectioning. That's one of the biggest things. So I'll turn this around so you can see. I want to create sort of like a money piece. So corner of the brow, I'm just going to come up into there and draw a line. That gives me that section. And then we'll do exactly the same on the other side. So we'll follow that down. So there it is. We've come from corner of the brow up to, let me just clean that up a little bit. There, just took it back in a V. Let me just twist it so you can see. Just that little V there. And all that is just going to give me a little bit of placement where I'm working through here. I'm not going to work through all of that section at the front. It's just giving me a guideline of where I want to work to, because I want to be using this top section to be creating that full head highlight look. So get rid of that. Here we are sectioned off. We've got this front V section, triangle section just through that front to give us a little bit where we know we're going to fall through the front. And then we've got the high point of the head to just behind the ear. And then we're going to start on this hairline. So just so you can see, I'm just going to take a section through there to begin with. So I just want to hit that hairline. And what I want to do is I want to just do a tiny little hairline weave. And where we want to get it, we want to get it on the hairline. So not weaving like that, but weaving like that. And that will get us bang on that hairline. So we just want to clip that out of the way. And that's giving us a section on that hairline. And it's a real baby weave, if you can see that. It looks like a lot of hair, but it's just taken really finely. I'm using Blonde Life and 20 volume for Joyco. I'm using a Lumishine developer today. So here's one foil. So next section, this is going to be another baby light. And where I want to hit this is just around there. So we're creeping up into that hairline. And then with this one, we can weave sort of like the normal traditional way. And that's being left out. So we're getting this. Now, the next foil. Just going to drop that back again. I'm going back about a centimetre each time. But this is going to be a slice. And this is what's going to give us coverage when it comes to giving that effect of a full head foil. So we've gone through there. We want to be leaving a little bit of negative space, which is what this is. So we want to be slicing that from that top section all the way through to that ear. Just so you can see there. There's our section. And we get that section nice and fine. We can get that foil right up to that hairline, so we're not going to be creating like a bit of root drag or anything like that. It's going to give us a real nice, tight foil result. And then once you get that foil secured with the lightener, you just let go and twist it back just so I can get this angle. You can see there, really nice and tight. Let's just fold that on itself. So that is one side done. We're going to replicate that on the other side. So what we found out from doing this is we've got two really soft foil baby lights around the hairline. So when the client brings their hair back, it's going to be nice and blonde, but really nice and soft around that hairline. And then we're getting, from this slice here, that sort of pop of colour. And that natural fall of there wants to sit here. So that's what's going to brighten up through there. And because the hair naturally wants to fall, it doesn't want to fall that way, as we're foiled, it wants to fall this way. So you're not going to get a line at the root because it's falling back on itself. But when it's falling back on itself, that's where you're going to get all that brightness around the face as well. So let's do the other side. So remember, this one was weaved on the skin. So just want to be getting that bit lifted out of the way. And there's our real baby light there. And this is on the skin. Whereas normally, if you're foiling, you'd be weaving it and then you drop a piece out, which would normally be this piece. But this is, we want to do this because we want to create all that brightness around that face. And what I also hear from people is like this. If you take a baby light really, really thinly woven, it can look like a slice because it's so thinly woven. But because you've got that dispersion of hair, you're going to get such a soft end result because it is a baby light. I mean, you could do a baby light and like a, I suppose more like a skip baby light where you tiny bit, skip a bit, tiny bit, skip a bit. So it's very discreet. But again, we're only putting 20 foils in. So we want to be getting as much hair in these as possible but diffused as much as possible. Next one is a slice. There's a little tip as well. If you find that you can't get close enough, I'll leave that lip there, so you can always just shunt up that foil to that root a little bit more, which is just a really good tip when foiling. If you struggle with bleeding or trying to get it right up to that root, that little tab underneath is a lifesaver. So there we go, guys. There's the front done of these sides. We're just going to move on to this top section now. Well, the front, should I say. We're moving on to the fringe area. And again, we're going to come straight across that fringe. So I want to be getting as close to this hairline as possible. So let me come around here and see if I can weave this for you like this. There's what we're dropping out, or clipping out. And there's that baby light on that very front hairline. Now what I can do from here, I could go front ways, or I can just stretch that back using my pintail comb to really get that into that root. And then pushing it right into that hairline. So that's 7 foils so far. Next one. Remember, a centimetre. It's what gives it that highlight effect. Because when we're doing foils and highlights, we have that negative space in between. So I've just gone straight across in a centimetre. I'm going to put a slice in. Reason for that is because that foil underneath that we put there is softening off the hairline. We'll have a nice sort of chunky piece here which will fall in with there, fall in with here, but also give us that mass coverage, which is what we want. And then just moulding that foil to the hairline. You see a lot of people do that. I like to just really manipulate it into that hairline, especially when we're doing this technique, because we're using minimal foils. You've got time, you've got enough time to be making it super accurate and super tailored to whoever hairline you're doing. But look at that amount of blonde that we've got going on there. This is going to give us that real pop at the front. And when people want blonde hair, that's what they want really. They want to see it. I know they want to see it all over, and they will with this technique, but when they're looking in a mirror, in a car window, in a shop window, wherever they can see a reflection, they want to be seeing that really nice, beautiful blonde around their face. Let me know in the comments, do you ever get those clients where they sort of think, oh, I don't care about that, I don't see the back, I don't care about it? A lot of people say that, whereas they do, because that's what everyone else sees. Just secure those sides, just really softly. I'm not pressing too hard, I'm just securing. And then the final one that's at the front, so we've done 3, 3, 3, this is our 9th. I'm just going to go in with a normal sort of average weave. So here we are, it's the 9th one, we've got 11 to go. And now we're covered at the front. We know exactly what we're going to be getting. We're going to be getting maximum impact of blonde on this front. The rest we want to give that sort of all over highlighted look. So there's the front. 3, 3, 3. And we've got baby light, slice, normal foil. We've got baby light, slice. Baby light, slice. Now we want to get back this, whatever parting your client works with, whether it's middle parting, side parting, that's where you want to be placing your foils now. So now we're on the top section, middle parting, and we're already on 9. I'm going to put 4 on this top, so that takes us to 13. So we're left with 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Left with 7. 7 foils to go all through here. We've got loads to play with. Take a really fine section on the parting and do a baby-like weave, but baby-like weave how I've been doing, so really, really fine, so it looks like a slice, but there's a bit of dispersion on that root area. So we're just going to go round the circles really, really quick. And that gives us all of that hair there. But it's a little baby-like. Because then guess what we're going to do? Put in the comments now what we're going to do underneath that baby-like. I'm pretty sure you can guess what we're going to do. We're dispersing the parting already by using this really, really fine woven baby-like. But knowing, I mean, we're going to get so much coverage on this root area. If you look at how much hair we've got here. And it's going to be so seamless because we're in on that root. That's why we're taking the fine section. Because we're going super fine. So we're going to get that foil right up into that root, which will give us that dispersed hairline. Dispersed blonde highlight. If you want to know what comb I'm using the Alpha Italia 04. The reason I love it is what I said at the beginning, that I can section that little thing there. I don't know if it's for grip, maybe, but that little thing there just seems to be really sort of ergonomic. And the plastic, I don't know, people always say metal reacts with colour. Never had it done, never had it in the past. But it's a really thin sort of plastic pintail, so it's not pin. Right, so centimetre. Throw that over there. And then I want to see in the comments at whatever time this is, I'm going to check. But you all would have said a slice. Done. Look at all that blonde. There's going to be so much blonde there. Onto this side. Now we're on this back section. So we want to be getting some around this crown. So what I'm going to do is, just so you can see it close up, the lights change. But those foils finished there perfectly. What I'm going to do is I'm going to place one just there, so it sort of veils over there. So I'll pull all this back, I'll just get it nice and clean up to where those foils meet, and we've got a real nice clean back section foil to place. Now what do you think we're doing here, guys? That's it, baby line. Because this is going to be what's going to be veiling over. We don't want a slice to fall over that. Just pick it a little bit more. Lost a bit there as well. There's a bit of red in there, a bit of red thread. Right, again, around in circles. To get that, all those little intricate weaves. Pulling it over, using the tail of the comb just to press up. Ooh, is that a bit? That's not it. press up into that parting, secure, and then just push up into that root area. And remember, on these, we don't want it to be hard, so just back brush it, back comb it a little bit, just to soften off up in there. So this is our 14th foil. We've still got 6 more to go. And this is the thing. This is where the slices come in to give that overall effect. Because we've done it. We've got a full head foil there. But we need to get that colour through the midlets and ends to be able to look as if the blonde goes from root at the top to underneath to the bottom. I really hope this video turns out the way I want it to turn out, with the sound in particular. I'm running off a new rig, and I've got a boom mic now. I know, I've got a TV broadcast. I've got a boom mic above me, and I'm hoping you can hear me okay. The levels on the camera are showing up and down. So what that tells me is that you can hear me. That is basically full head of blonde. So we know this is all going to look really blonde here, but what about here? So we've got, what's that? 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 5 left. 5. So we want to drop down a little bit. And we've come to just above the occipital bone. If you were to put your finger on the occipital bone and your thumb, that middle point there is where section 2. And don't worry, I'm going to show you. I know you're all eager to see this. It's just come to really the back of the ear, which is absolutely bang on. Finger as a reference. Oh, hit my finger. There we go. Is that nice and neat? Could be neater for. Yeah, good. There we go. So, middle of that ear to that crown, occipital bone, whoop. Back of the ear, whoop. There you go. Right, so what we want to do, I'll start this side so you can see, slice, $60, 4 left. If there's any foil company out there that wants to get their name on a video with wide foils, just reach out and touch me. No, send me. Or if you don't want to collab, anyone in the comments, let me know what wide foils you use. I'd love to know. Because for this technique, it makes my life so much easier. Although it's quite easy. Quite easy. There we go. 2 left. We're working on the occipital bone right now, the O bone. There we go. Feather that up into that root area so it looks like it's got a little bit of spice. Anybody seen that? I said that the other day and somebody said, what is that? Pushy back.
Let me add a little bit of spice.
Would you like a sweetie? I like a smartie. Yeah.
Would you like a sweetie? A what? A sweetie? I'll take a smartie.
19th. Slice, slice. Hey. I don't know what's wrong with me today. Just a bit hyper. Get that up in there. On the diagonal again, guys. Secured. So I think I've mixed up an absolute the right amount, like spot on. I mixed up 30 grams of powder, 60 grams of 20 roll, I think I can just get through this on there. I'm going to scrimp because I know saturation is key, guys. Stop in that root area. I think I've done it. One left. So just use it right there. Take that section there as well. So mix up with there. Slice. I'm going to show you my bowl after this. I can swear that I haven't mixed another bowl. It's on the limit. Swooping now. Right, that last bit. Oh, man, genius. Absolute genius. There you go, suck it up into that root. You know what that felt like? That felt like I just finished my dinner and took all the gravy off as well. You going to drop the mic? There we go, right. Right guys, it's going to develop for the development time. Until we get a really nice blonde. And then I'll bring it back to you. But that is it. That is it. Look at that. Full head foils, 20 foils. Done. And just like that, we're back. So, it has turned out absolutely stunning. Let me know in the comments what you think, guys. I'll bring it close. Let me move this trolley out of the way. Just see if we can get you to see. But I'll try and do a side by side. Actually, I've got a mannequin head exactly the same as this. Brand new. So, that's it originally. This is it now. Look at the face. Oh, she's got all chalky. Looks like a ghost. But look at that, how warm that is and how crisp. That is all the way through as well. So like when I was saying about forehead highlights, you get a full head effect. I mean, look at that. I'll show you for lines because that's what you're all waiting for. Is there any lines from all those slices that you put in? I can honestly say no. But yeah, that's what it was. Look at how warm that is. And look at how beautiful that is. Ugh. Right. So remember, 20 foils this was. Look at how soft all that hairline is. No lines whatsoever. Let's slice through it. Look at it. Now that is highlights. That's what highlights are supposed to be. Like so many people have got the impression that highlights are supposed to make you unbelievably blonde. And yes, it can be, but a lot of people sort of strive for baby lights all over. And that's not what I did say. I mean, I did baby lights, but I wasn't going for a baby light finish. I was using it as a technique or a tool to give me a really soft overall highlighted finish. And highlights, what people forget, highlights are there to make to give you dimension within colour. And you get a lot, oh, I don't want lines, I don't want stripes. We're putting stripes in the hair. It's just down to technique, how you put them in and placement and everything. So, like, this is it. That is what, I mean, look at it. No lines whatsoever. It's just beautifully blended. And it's blonde, which the main objective of this was to make it look blonde from root to tip. And it has. I mean, you can't say that isn't blonde all the way through. And I've just showed you one side, so I'm going to show you the other side as well. And the back, all those sort of all those slices were. I'll just try and open it up for you so you can see. But look, that just gives you the effect of you've got all blonde in there. And that's what it's for. What I was saying earlier, highlights are there to make the hair look dimensional, to make it look highlighted. Like if you highlight a book or I don't know, like a document, say, you don't highlight it all so it's all one colour. You highlight individual pieces in a book or a document to make them stand out. And this is exactly what highlighting hair is for. We're putting in those sort of straight lines in there to give dimension and depth into hair, which is where I really think that, I was going to say clients, it's not down to clients, it's down to us. It's down to us, the hairdressers, to educate. And when people bring in a picture and say, oh yeah, that isn't highlights, that's baby lights, or that's balayage, or that's a global bleach job with a root melt and some pieces sort of pulled through. And it doesn't half put a lot of hairdressers under pressure when people are putting pictures up and everything and videos saying, oh, hashtag highlights, hashtag balayage, hashtag baby lights, when it isn't that service. So yeah, that was just a little observation. But I hope you love this. I mean, what a simple technique to give you a stunning highlighted look, really, really quickly, really, really effective. Give a money piece as well, if you want to emphasise that. Yeah, stunning. I mean, even the top, I mean, look at it. It's just a highlighted look. And that's highlights done in, what was the time I say on there? I think I've done it in about, what, 20 minutes? Like a minute per foil? Something like that, really. So if you can be giving your clients a full head highlight look in 20 minutes, they're going to be absolutely thrilled. And something you can add as like an express menu, or we've got the whole 10-minute colours now, 5-minute toners. I mean, I toned this with Blonde Life Quick Tone, Silver, Violet and Sand. And it was just on for 5 minutes. And this is it. Just a really nice clean blonde. Nothing too in your face, nothing too cool, nothing too warm, but something which is just really natural, working on this level 8 mannequin. And something that, if somebody wanted just some highlights in there, that's it. I mean, there. What I'll do is I'll leave it straight because I think most people curl it, but I will curl it when I get back into the studio, and I'll put it up on Insta, and I'll put it on the community tab as well on YouTube. So yeah, if you've loved it, drop a like, hit the subscribe button, and comment down below what you think. Is this going to help you in the salon? Because this is a super quick way to highlight hair if you struggle with timings, with placement, or sorry. So yeah, if you want to be able to highlight a full head impression with 20 foils in 20 minutes, if you're, I mean, it was like baby light, slice, baby light, slice, 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 done. I was talking to the camera and I was just, yeah, trying to entertain you. But this was a really quick technique, and it's given the whole look that it's been highlighted. You can see there. So yeah, I really hope you liked it, because it's just a really cool technique, quick technique that you'll be able to do on your clients to give them a full head foil look in minutes. So yeah, thank you so much for watching, and as always, if you've loved it, subscribe, thumbs up, comment down below, tell me what you think, and I'll see you on the next video.